Now, please pay attention. According to our syllabus, what we have, I'll give you these two topics and objectives that you can read ahead, not the one I have on the board today. Exactly now. I'll give you two topics that you are going home to read ahead. So that next time, it's going to be a discussion combining with what? Lecturing method. Elementary theory of consumers' behavior. Elementary theory of consumers' behavior. Then you listen to the objectives. The objectives are concept of utility. Concept of utility. Types of utility. Concept of total and marginal utility. Concept of total and marginal utility. Another objective. The law of diminishing marginal utility. The law of diminishing marginal utility. The law of diminishing marginal utility. Should I write it on the board? Concept of origin. Concept of origin. Next objective. Consumer surplus. Consumer surplus. Another objective. Indifference curve. Indifference curve. Indifference curve. Then the final objective there is mathematical approach to consumers theory. Mathematical approach to consumers theory. Mathematical approach to consumers theory. That is topic number 1. Number 2, I want you to read this ahead. If you don't have the textbook, you have your data, you can Google it out. Number 2, public finance. Public finance. Objective there. Number 1 objective, meaning of public finance. Meaning of public finance. That means if you are reading, you should know the meaning of public finance. Number 2 objective, objectives of public finance. Number 2 is objectives of public finance. Number 3, fiscal policy. Fiscal policy. Fiscal policy number 3. Number 4, government or public revenue. Government or public revenue. That's number 4 objective. You should know areas of government or public revenue. Number 5, sources of government revenue. Sources of government revenue. Sources of government revenue. Sources of government revenue. The next objective, government expenditure. That is, you should know the areas of government expenditure. Then the last objective there is that you should know the effect of government expenditure. Effects of government expenditure. Effect of government expenditure. This is what you should read ahead. And I believe you are not going to relax at home, true of us. If you read it, it will help us. When the teacher is not capturing the objective, you can bring the teacher back to the line. Exactly now. No one thing with us, we can be taken away, or sometimes a teacher walk to the class emotionally disturbed and he can jump the objective, true of us. But when you have read and you have understood what you have read, your question can bring the person back to the track, isn't it? Uh-huh. So in our last class, we discussed and then we also looked at mathematical approach to what cost analysis, true of us. And we also draw graph or curve of cost what analysis. We looked at fixed cost, variable cost, total cost, average cost, or you can also call it average total cost. We also look at what marginal cost. We discussed them extensively. That topic took us almost 3 weeks, true of us. We also look at how we can superimpose the graph after the mathematical approach, true of us, to draw one graph on another graph. We looked at it also, and we finished the graph that day. And there are some I asked you to finish at home, true of us. Did you do that? All right. Today we are going to look at price determination. And before I proceed to the new topic, if you have questions regarding what we treated last time, you can ask your questions. I'm giving you up to 5 persons on that theory of cost. I believe in the last class we looked at the difference between economist view of cost and accountant view of what cost. So if you have questions regarding cost, you can ask your questions now. I'm giving rooms to 5 persons, chances to 5 persons at least. I can take more than that if the time stay on. Yes. What happened to the table? That means you missed the last class. You have missed at least 2 classes, and we have passed that. I think we completed the table in the class, 2 of us, and we have even used it to draw graph too. So if that is your questions, you can meet me after the. Yes. Any other question? Any other person with questions? I'm going to ask you questions now. Anytime you are having my lesson, you should read the previous discussion, isn't it? Because you know it has become a ritual. I'm not talking about the other ritual, a habit that I always preview the previous lesson by asking you questions. So I'm going to do that right away. Since you are not asking me questions, it means you understood what I treated. So I'm going to ask you questions. And don't tell me you did not attend that last class. What? You should have collected notes, copied and read as well. Question number 1 is going to go general. The subsequent question I'll be pointing people. Who can give me the first 3 types of cost? I expect to see many hands up. Who can give me the first 3 types of cost as listed? I expected to point somebody first. Yes, give me 1. Fixed cost, give me 2. Variable cost, yes. Total cost. Who can complete it? Who can complete it? Marginal cost, yes. Average cost. The next question, who can give me the formula for fixed cost? Can give me the formula for fixed cost? Just total revenue. Fixed cost is equal to total cost minus variable cost. Who can give me the formula for variable cost? Yes. Equal to what? Total cost minus what? Fixed cost. Who can give me the formula for total cost? Expect that. Formula for what? Total cost. Fixed cost plus what? Variable cost gives you total cost. Look at, give me the formula for average cost. I'm asking the question from the objectives, what you should know. It's like you did not read from the house. After the last Friday, you wait until the next Friday class. Yes, stand up. Total cost over what? Unit of output. That is the formula for what? Average cost. Yes, what is the formula for marginal cost? If you want to answer the question, you stand up. What's the formula for average cost? I mean, marginal cost. If you wish to write it on the board, I can give you a marker. Mhm. Okay. Can you break it down? Who can break it down? Thank you. Who can break it down? Just a change in total cost all over the change in quantity. Break it down. No, right under it. You are breaking it down, so it's under it. You are merging it. Step down. Or you can write it here now. Okay. Now, who can interpret the second one? Who can interpret it? You just say that MC equal to TC2 minus TC1 over Q2 minus Q1. Who can interpret it? Yes. What happened today? You're quiet. Is it the weather? Continue. Mm-hmm. You're on the line. What about the up one? The upper one? Who can tell us about the upper one? Yes. You. How many persons are coming out? Okay, you come. Michael, after about this one. No, you have expressed Q1, Q2 now, so you are starting again. Just TC, TC1, TC2 now. Just write it where TC2, 2, TC2, TC2. Okay, thank you. Who else can try? You come up. Thank you. Hurry up because of our time. Thank you for trying. Thank you. You have all, you have done well. Those of you that tried, you have done well. Now, if our MC is equal to what? Change in total cost all over the change in what? Quantity. Where we have our MC equals to what? TC2 minus TC1 all over Q2 minus Q1. The Q1, the TC2 is the final total cost. Why, or the second? Why the TC1 is the initial total cost or the first total cost. Then we have the Q2 as the final quantity or the second. Then we have the Q1 as the initial quantity or the second. So where try? Can you clap for yourself? A round of applause. A round of applause. Is that the way? Is it how you clap in the class? You clap, you are clapping as if you are in the burial ground. When I say a round of applause just once, that is okay. A round of applause. You. You are from which community? Let's try it again. A round of applause. You again. You now. You spoiled it now. Let's make it uniform. A round of applause. Intentional. Now, we are going to look at price determination. Thank you very much. You have answered correctly, and I am proud of you. Exactly now. All right. Price determination. Let's write fast and quickly. I hope I can dictate. Price determination is simply the interaction. Price determination is simply the interaction of the forces, simply the interaction of the forces of demand and supply. Simply the interaction of the forces of demand and supply, which results are we there? Who's that was smiling like somebody who ate mushroom? Which result in the changes, which result in the changes in the price of products, in the prices of products, sorry, which result in the changes in the price of what? Products, which result in the changes in the price of what? Product. Full stop. Let me just explain that one line that you have written down. It's not one line. How many lines? Except you're having a short note. Except you're having something like this. Let's look at the types of market we have, not market as under the structure. I'm talking about markets that have to do with the interference of the government. Exactly now. We have a market we call the command market. The command market is the type of market that have, don't write, just pay attention. I'm not talking about, I'm driving somewhere. They have the command and the interference where the means of production is being controlled by the government. Exactly now. And the price of commodities are determined by the government. Then we have what we call the free market. The free market is called a perfect market, where the forces of demand and supply determines the price of products or commodities in the market. That will take us back to the law of demand, law of what? Supply. How many of you still remember these laws, the law of demand and supply? Who can give me the law of demand? Yes. Let's listen to this handsome guy.
The law of demand states that the higher the price, or
Can you listen to him and stop quarreling with yourself?
the law of demand states that the higher the price, the higher the quantity of goods demanded, or the lower the price, the lower the quantity of goods demanded.
Is he correct? He missed it up. If you are not careful, you miss it up. Yes, who can tell us a favor? The lower the price, the higher the quantity, isn't it? And the higher the price. Now, what if you state it this way? That the quantity of goods demanded is the function, is the decreasing function of the price. Just like as the price decreases, more commodities will be demanded for true or false. But as the price increases, less of that commodity will be demanded for true or false. That is the first law of what? Demand and supply, if you combine the two together. But we refer to that as the law of demand. But combine this demand and supply, we refer to that as the first law. The second law is the law of supply, that states that the higher the price, the higher the quantity of commodity supply. And the lower the price, the lower the quantity of commodity supplies. In other words, you can state it in a more advanced way that the quantity of goods supply is what? The increasing function of what? The price. As the price increases, more commodities are being supplied to the market. Is that clear now? Please, please, let's listen to ourselves. Now, that is to say that the interaction of the price, the interaction of the forces of demand and supply fix the price of the commodity, true or false. As more money, more customers are going for fewer number of what product, the prices will be forced to increase, true or false. Example, during the school session for the first term, students need new sandals, true or false. They need new sandals. And then the particular sandal, not some school prescribed sandal that you will wear, isn't it? And if your school prescribes a particular sandal that you will wear, and then on getting to the market, almost all the students in that region use the same prescription of what? Sandals. And on getting to the market, they only have pair of sandals for 10 persons. And we have almost 100 students going for this 10 pair of what? Sandals. Do you think if the price per one is 1,000, do you think the man seeing the crowd of person coming, the seller, do you think he will sell it at that rate of 1,000 again? What will happen?
Increase.
It will increase the price, true or false. Maybe from 1,000 to 10,000, people will still look for. That is the force of what? Demand. That is pulling the price up, fixing the price higher, true or false. Now, look at the scenarios now. It's in the circular form. It's in the cycle. As more students are still waiting for more sandals, the seller will call the producer. Please, this particular sandal, I want you to produce 1,000. Not saying 100 again. Not 100 again. Thousands. More students are coming. The one I have here, just produce as many as you can produce. The producer will uses all his resources, gathering it from another production and bringing it to that particular sandal, producing thousands of this pair of what? Sandals. For just 10 are out of 100 already, remaining 90. The 90 students see several sandals everywhere of the same specification or prescription. You know, student now, okay, if I no buy from you, I'll go to the next shop. The next shop say one is 900. You are selling your own for 10,000. You go sell, you no go sell. The man will go to the other shop. How much are you selling? 900. He will come back to the shop. Please bring 700. This person discovered that this one is selling for 700. Will now reduce his own to 500. from 500 to 300 naira. The forces of supply, because the supply is higher than the demand now, the price is coming down. So the force of supply forces the price to come down. The forces of demand forces the price to what? Increase. Is that clear now? So that's why we say that price determination, what determines price of commodities in the market, is the interaction between the demand, the forces of demand, and the forces of what? Supply. Do you understand it now? So for a seller and the buyer of a product to effectively and easily exchange or carry out transaction with each other, they must come to a point. That point is referred to as a point of compromise. Point of what? Compromise. A point of compromise is a point where the seller does not feel cheated and then the buyer doesn't feel what? Cheated. They are compromising with each other. They value what you are paying for. You like it. And what the person is selling for, the amount you also want to appreciate it. True of us. Aside that, there is a point. If the forces of supply is pulling the price down and the forces of demand is pulling the price up, a time will come where it will weigh a balance, where the quantity supply will be equal to the quantity demanded at one price, at a given price. So a point where the quantity demanded and supply are equal at a price, refer to that point as equilibrium price. Equilibrium what? Price. And refer to that quantity as what? Equilibrium what? Quantity. Listen. Listen. Write with me. Let's write. The forces of supply. The forces of supply. Write it the way I'm saying it. The forces of supply reduces the price of the commodity, while the forces of demand increases the price of the commodity. Eh? The forces of supply reduces the price of a commodity, while the forces of demand increases the price of a commodity. Are we there now? While the forces of supply reduces the price of a commodity, while the forces of demand increases the price of the commodity. Are we there now? Put full stop there. The point that is okay, let's write. A point where quantity supply, a point, the point where quantity supply is equal to quantity demanded. The point where the quantity supply is equal to quantity demanded at a price. The point where the quantity supply is equal to quantity demanded at a price. Are we there now? Yes. It's called equilibrium point. I'm taking it one by one now. It's called what? Equilibrium point. Can you write equilibrium? The point where the quantity supply is equal to the quantity demanded at a price is called what? Equilibrium point. Have you written that? Yeah. Full stop. I'm taking it step by step with you now so we can understand it, isn't it? The price, the price at which, yes, you're writing, the price at which the quantity demanded is equal to quantity supply. The price at which quantity demanded is equal to quantity supply is called equilibrium price. It's called what? Equilibrium price. The price at which quantity demanded is equal to quantity supply is called equilibrium price. I'll take it again. The price at which quantity demanded is equal to quantity supply is called what? Equilibrium price. Have you written that? Full stop. Let's take it again. The point. Yes, right. I know what I'm doing. The point which quantity supply is equal to quantity demanded. I know what I am doing. The point at which quantity supply is equal to quantity demanded is called equilibrium quantity. The,
Again,
the first one you have written, the first thing I say, the point where the pay attention, I know what I'm saying. The first one I said, I know. That one is equilibrium point. This one I'm saying is equilibrium quantity. Are you getting it now? Don't get yourself confused. It's only the group of person that ate mushroom here. I know what I'm saying. I said the point at which quantity supply is equal to quantity demand. Is that what I said? That point is called equilibrium quantity, where quantity supply is equal to what quantity demanded. There is a difference. If you are not paying attention, you are not getting it. There is a point and also a price where the quantity supply equate quantity demanded. That quantity supply that equate quantity demanded is called equilibrium quantity. That's what I'm saying. So there is a difference between equilibrium point and I'm talking about what equilibrium what quantity. Is that clear now? Yes. It's like I should be explaining. You're not going to be writing down again. If I am saying something, you take it gradually as I'm saying it. I hope I did not mix it together, isn't it? That's why I say pull full stop, not comma. If you have not written the last one, you're on your own. You can take it from the diagram now. Take it from the diagram. Please listen to what I've been saying that you have been writing down in just one diagram. Now, this is the point. This is the equilibrium point where we have our quantity supply to be equal to quantity what demanded. This point is called equilibrium point. This is the equilibrium price. This is the equilibrium price. This is the equilibrium what quantity, where both supply and demanded is equal at the same price. Is that clear now? Then I told you a scenario where the quantity of sand and supply became more than the quantity demanded. True or false? Here we are having excess supply. The number supply is more than the number what demanded. Is that clear now? That is why we have excess supply. At the lower price, the quantity was what? The quantity, I mean, at the higher price, the quantity was high. The man was able to produce several number of standards because they discovered that the many students were coming for it and they were buying at higher rate. But at the cost of production, after production, they discovered that they have produced more than the requirement or more than what required. And so it forces the price to what come down. And when the price come down, the demand become very, at the lower price, the demand become what very high. And that's why we have excess demand at what a lower price. When I gave you a scenario, when the price was brought down to 300 naira, discovered that many students will still call for that sandals, true of us. But when the price was 10,000, only few will go for it, true of us. This is the diagram for equilibrium price, equilibrium quantity, and equilibrium point. What I have here may look very strange to you, but I'm going to give a table that will fix it very well for you exactly now. This is just a kind of an imaginary diagram without figures. Are we clear on that now? All right. What's the time, please? Let me not eat into your break. What's your time? We still have time. Just now, I hope where I put this on just a page yesterday. Okay. Let's look at this table below or above. Sorry. Let's look at this table. Don't worry, you're still going to have it back. I'll bring it back to you. Let's copy that table fast under some second, not even a minute. Copy that table very fast. How many of you can identify equilibrium price on the table there? Where the quantity supply and demanded are equal? How many of you can look at it? What's the quantity? I mean, what's the equilibrium price? Equilibrium price? Equilibrium price is what? What is the quantity? Are you sure? So you're very short. Hurry up. Once you have the table, I can wipe the board. That table I gave to you, this will go back to that diagram, that graph I gave to you. This will go back to it. Finished? It should be fast. Walk like. Have you ever been served a bowl of rice and you are terribly hungry? You are served a bowl of rice and you are extremely hungry. The way you rush is the way you should rush the table. How many of you are sellers of products here? You have a store where you sell products, online products. What product do you sell online? Full stuff. Honey is not the diluted one, concentrated one. What type of honey? Undiluted. That's concentrated one. You have not add chemical to it, but yes, you raise up your hand. What do you say? Eh? Provisions, drugs. Only two persons are sellers here. The rest are buyers. I think that you're okay with the table now. Can I clean the table now? Please copy the table from another person, please. Just want to work with time, okay? This man do what? I am under 15. They said what? They said what? And who said it? Knock the person for me if it is a wrong thing. Is this line straight? You are not serious. This is the price. Please don't draw your own with pens, with pen. Draw with pencil. So we say that the scale is there, 1 centimeter to 1 unit, isn't it? This is one. I'm only using a free hand. Ensure that you measure your own accurately. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Our price started from 5. Please, can you look? Just look up, please. Look up. Can you look up? If you are writing, somebody writing close to your side, collect the person's writing materials. If anybody is sitting by your side and the person is writing, collect his or her writing materials, and it's yours forever. Okay, let's look at it. At the price of 5 naira, at the price of 5 naira, what is the quantity demanded? Are you sure it's 500? You put your meter rule. So straight, right? At the price of 6 naira, what's the quantity demanded? Are you short? Is it 400? What about 7 naira? Are you sure? At the price of 8 naira? At the price of 9 naira? Where is 150 here? At the price of 10? You know why this line are not expected to be shown? You're supposed to join it with your meter rule, that's all. The line is not expected to be shown anywhere. In exam, I'll mark you